What's going on, everybody? It's Lance Hayes with Sports Social Live, and I'll be giving you my take on the November 16th boxing card featuring Shakur Stevenson and Emanuel Navarrete going down in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll also give my update on the young talent on the card, as well as my initial thoughts. So subscribe, like, share. Thank you for coming to the page. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? I'm still gathering my wits about me as far as this YouTube thing is concerned and my audio with the camera, but I think it's going well. So, without further ado, we'll talk about the November 16th card with Shakur Stevenson and Emanuel Navarrete in Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena. I think it's a pretty dope time, a cool place to be having a card, and on a Thursday night. It's kind of cool how they're setting that precedence with Top Rank. They did the Japanese fights over here in Japan, and they also are doing this Thursday night fight in Las Vegas to provide more boxing throughout the week and to continuously build brands for the younger fighters. So I'm okay with this Thursday night fight, and I'm excited to see the doubleheader. And then we'll start off with who's in this doubleheader. I mean, the who's who for me. I am a Shakur Stevenson fan. I'm also a Emanuel Navarrete fan. So to see them both on the same night is an amazing card for me. And it's the middle of the week, like a Thursday night fight. My wife likes it. I like it. So I'm excited to see this card happen. Shakur Stevenson will be taking on Edwin De Los Santos. That's a good, solid matchup. I like to see the guys go at it. Shakur, I want to see Shakur push a little bit more to see if he has anything in his toolbox. Not that I don't believe he has it in his toolbox. However, I do want to see him. I just want to see the magic. I want to see the magic. I hope Edwin De Los Santos fights a smart fight and is able to let us get that magic out. If he pushes him to a decision, man, we can see Shakur go 12 rounds, do some just phenomenal stuff, some magic in the ring. I love how he boxes inside and outside, and I hope he's able to get something, some highlights on tape. I just love the sweet science that he has and that defense that he has. De Los Santos is a tough competitor, 16-1 coming into the fight with 14 KOs. So I'm sure he'll be looking to touch Shakur up in some type of way. But Shakur has the best defense, if not, well, probably the best defense in a long time for fighters. So it'd be tough for De Los Santos to get in there and kind of bang with Shakur if Shakur isn't willing to trade and bang for the fight. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Shakur probably stay on the outside. I hope I get to see some masterclass highlights, but I hope De Los Santos is able to kind of provide an exciting fight for us. If not, it'll be another Shakur masterclass. On to Navarrete versus Conceição. I will be quite honest with you. Navarrete is coming in with 38-1 with 31 KOs. That last fight against Valdez was a phenomenal performance of volume and sheer heart that he had against against Valdez. He threw over 1,000 something punches, just constantly putting that pressure on Valdez with one hand. You have to give the man his credit. He is a warrior. He is doing what he has to do. But Conceição, I like I like his approach in Valdez's fight as well. The only issue that I have with Conceição is how he was giving up rounds to Valdez towards the end of the fight. I guess he thought he won it or whatnot. I think that was the dumbest move in the fighter's backyard to do. But I think Conceição will be fine in this fight and provide us with some entertainment against Nav. Nav, however, is a pro's pro, and you see that Nav can face that adversity. He knows how to fight the world class fighters. He knows how to get down and dirty with the Mexican fighters. So to see this fight, I think Nav has the capability to add another KO to his record if Conceição does not fight a smart fight. And we've seen Conceição lose track and not continue with that smart fight. Will it happen? I'm unsure. I think this is one of those chances for Conceição to kind of keep his name relevant. So he probably will be fighting that smarter world class fight. But Nav will be continuing to come with that pressure, and he won't be able to kind of cut the corners around Nav. Nav's just coming straight forward. And let's also give credit to Nav for knowing how to throttle himself. Knowing when his hand was hurt, he showed us he could fight that smart fight. He knew when to score and put the pressure on, and when to back and throttle down with that hurt hand. So I'm excited to see this fight from Nav and then Conceição and see what happens. I look forward to it, man. I hate that Conceição lost that fight against Valdez earlier, but I think Nav has the ability, to put Conceição down. But the big point of this card, I think the Thursday night fight and the ability for fans to kind of go between huge sporting events is the young talent that's on this card. I've been seeing these guys. Why, if you're like me, boxing fan who just watches YouTube pretty much all the time, you've seen these names ring a bell. You've seen Troy Isley, the Brian Norman Juniors, the Abdullah Mason's name across boxing social media and boxing Twitter. So to see these guys on the same card as Shakur Stevenson, as Navarrete, a nice doubleheader on a Thursday night, it'll be a lot of attention on these guys, and I hope they're able to come out, show their talent, and get some victories. I'm excited for the fight between these guys. Not between these guys, excuse me. I'm excited for the fight. I hope that we get some nice highlights. Abdullah Mesa, I think he's 4-0 with 4 KOs or something like that. So I'm excited to see how he does. I've been watching him up and down Twitter and just working out. Shout out to these young fighters. Shout out to their trainers. Shout out to everybody on the card for being able to make this happen and getting to Vegas to get this Thursday night card at T-Mobile Arena. So my initial thoughts on the card, my initial thoughts are that this is a solid card. I did question Top Rank putting this on a Thursday night when Cincinnati Bengals are playing the Baltimore Ravens. That is a crazy matchup in the NFL. So the viewership will ultimately take a huge hit. But luckily, it is a Thursday night game. This card will be on ESPN, so you still will get a few people out there. But it is surprising that they were able to they put it on this particular Thursday night and not one of those lower viewership football games. And Cincinnati and the Ravens will be a great game, especially for the AFC. It's a divisional game. It's going to be awesome. So going back and forth between these cards, it's one of those dual TV nights for boxing fans, boxing and football fans alike. So I am excited for the card. However, it being on this night for fantasy football players and whatnot, it's going to be a tough one to compete against. But it's not. I don't consider this fight necessarily a viewership fight. I consider this fight one of these foundational build fights in Vegas. It allows Shakur to get that fight in Vegas, Navarrete to get that fight in Vegas. Going down the line, we should see Shakur and Navarrete. They might double head another huge card. So hopefully Shakur is able to do well in this card, do well on this fight, and we'll see the names that have been thrown out in the atmosphere, the Tanks, the Devons, all the Twitter drama I'm not trying to get into right now, but hopefully we do get to see some of those fights come to fruition in Las Vegas. And I think it's just a test in the water of Vegas for Shakur and seeing how he does out there. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So I'm gonna tone it down, not tone it down, but just I'm a fan. I don't know if you guys are a fan. I'm a fan of cards. I like to see the graphics, the artistry of these fight cards. I don't mind what they did here with the Vegas backdrop here. I like all the fighters on this card. Great graphics. So I'm excited to see that this fight is happening in Vegas on a Thursday night. I think it will be nice for boxing fans alike. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think about Shakur going against De Los Santos. Who do you think win? How do you think each one of the fighters wins? Does Navarrete stop Conceição? Does Abdullah Mason add another KO to his record? Troy Isley, Brian Norman Jr., do they get victories? Let me know down in the comment what you think about these fights and going forward. Who do you think they fight next? I'll do more takes on this. This is one of my many boxing takes. I'll continue dropping boxing videos as much as possible. So Subscribe, like, share. I'm Lance Hayes with Sports Social Live. You can find me on Facebook, Sports Social Live. You can find me on all the social medias that are on the screen in front of you. Again, I'm Lance Hayes, Sports Social Live. Shout out to all the boxing fans out there. We got a good one. Let's get it.